Good afternoon. My name is Mani Bathia, and I will be presenting my GSS database, which is my General Social Survey Database poster. Okay, so I will be starting with my introduction. The study of the general Social Survey. The database was basically coming from the Contemporary American Society. The survey consists of government approval, spending trends, inter-group tolerance, and civic participation. This survey has been conducted yearly by GSS investigators since 1972. The study focused on the Pacific variables from 1996. So this study has been happening since 1972, and we are now using the data from 1996. So not recent data, but about 20 years ago data we are referring back to. Okay, so now we will be referring to the abstract. In this paper, the relationship between abortion, religious services attended, and religious views will be reviewed. The variables studied include amount of time a year attended religious services, religious views, and abortion views. Now I will be going and explaining my methodology. Okay, my method states the respondents of the General Social Survey of 1996 were asked to provide their gender, views on abortion, and religious preference. The respondents for the attendance religious study preference level varies from less than once a year to every week services. The respondents for the religious preference were limited to Protestant, Catholic, Jewish, not religious, and other religious. The gender response includes only females. The independent variable for this study is the respondents for those who attended religious services. The dependent variable is the respondents' religious services. The bivariate relationship contends that respondents who have attended religious services are more likely to have an impact on abortion. The control variable for the study is for the reference preferred were limited to Protestant, Catholic, Jewish, not religious, and other religious. The multivariate relationship contends that Catholics are more likely to not have an abortion than Jewish believers. Okay, so now I will be referring to the results of the GSS research. The bivariate relationship, which is listed to the right, can be explained by those who attended religious services in a religious outlook of American society. America has always been based off of different religious beliefs. American government system is ran by religion. For instance, each dollar bill has a saying, "In God we trust." Therefore, many things have changed since the first American dollar were made. It is most likely that respondents' religious views will impact each view on abortion. The bivariate relationship can be explained through the separate religion preference for the female respondents. This is a social struggle that all women has experienced or known somebody that went through it. It is likely that a Catholic with a regular going to religious services will have religious views than somebody that is Jewish. Okay, so now I will be going into depth about my table that I have presented. Okay, the title is as is, Abortion Views by Respondent Attendance Religious Services Control for R Religions and R Religious Preference. And as you can see, there is a high percentage of respondents that do not go to church at all. Actually, they do not go to church every week. They do not go to church almost weekly. They do not go to church once to several times a year, and they do not go to church less than 1 year. All of this is saying like they don't go to church. But if you can see that they do go to church, the highest percentage does come from that they go to church less than once a year, and that goes for Protestant. 48.7% say they go more than one time a year. Jewish, 100% say they go less than one time a year, and also 100% say they go once a year or several times a year. But if you keep going across, you'll see that Jewish has no more respondents for yes, but they have a respondents for no, they do not go to church once a month, and no, they do not go to church every week. So they will most likely be less likely to believe in abortion, or they may have their own values and own views on it because based on what the data is showing. And based off of other religions, it says each category is basically saying like people do not go to church every week, like 76%, 65% for Catholic, 100% for Jewish, 50% for non-religion, and 80% for other religions. Like, that's what's presented right now. And the figure consists of the multivariate relationship variables views through different types of religion. Now, I will be referring to a bivariate relationship. Variables values are through how many times a year each respondent attends religious studies. Okay, so as you can see, my title is Abortion If a Woman Wants for Any Reason by Respondent Attended Religious Services or Attended Religious Services. We are now just showing how each person feels about going to church. So we have the highest of yes is that the respondents say 54.9% go to church less than once a year, with 75.8% saying that they do not go to church every week, that they do not go to church once a month, that they do not go to church once several times a year, and they do not go to church less than one time a year, which the highest being that they do not go to church every year, and with the yes being they go to church less than once a year. Okay. Now we will be looking at our conclusion. The data shows a relationship between the attendance of religious and the views of abortion. The data also shows a direct relationship between attendance of religious services and abortion views. The data also shows exact percentage of what each religious views represents based on the topic of abortion. Abortion is a very strong topic when referring to these views. The data shows a direct relationship between the religious views and the attendance of those who actually go to these religious services. The data reflects the bivariate and multivariate hypothesis stated below are valid and very consistent with the data given. Yes, so this is my poster for GSS database. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.